EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for February 18th, 2022. It is Friday, end of the work week, and we're going to have a system moving away from the region today. So we're going to start off with a little bit of showers very early in the morning for far eastern areas, and then the clouds are going to give way to sun. The temperatures are going to rapidly drop off, and we're going to have windy conditions very early this morning. They'll be breezy by late morning and then slowly diminish gradually throughout the afternoon. So this is what it looks like early this morning on the GFS. We go to the NAM high-res future simulated radar, and I'm going to start this radar here off at 6 a.m. As you look at the top right-hand corner here, it'll show you the exact timestamp that you can follow along as I'm moving this forward. But you have some showers still in the far eastern parts of Pennsylvania and cutting across southeast PA, parts of New Jersey here. This is going to continue off the coast rather quickly, so that by the time we get to 7 a.m., it's right down here, actually forming some semblance of a squall line here as it's doing so. So there may be some low-top convection with that. I can't roll that out in our far southeastern areas as that moves through. Then I'll move off the coast about 8 o'clock or so and out of here. The other part of this is the temperature drop. So we started this off at 6 a.m. on the simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 6 o'clock also. And you can see where that line is very distinctly shown, where that line separates very mild temperatures out in front of it and very cold temperatures on the other side. And moving this forward, we can see this is just going to continue off the coast, and then whoosh, in comes the cold air. Okay, now this is not going to be, it's going to be a drastic temperature drop by about 20 degrees in 2 hours' time, but we should remain in most of these areas above freezing, so we're not worried about any black ice issues until you get up into the higher elevations up in these areas here. These areas are going to have some icing issues, we think. You might actually extend that to northern New Jersey as well. We're going to have a little bit of icing to deal with because the rain overnight is not just going to disappear, so we'll have some of that freeze, so we'll have to watch out for black ice in those areas. But elsewhere, you should be okay. It's going to be cold in the 30s, but it's going to be remaining above freezing. And, of course, the sun's going to come out, which will help dry things up. And then, of course, the wind will help dry things up as well. So let's look at the wind now. And the wind is actually going to be this morning, very early this morning. And this is looking at 9 o'clock. So before 9 o'clock, you saw some wind gusts 35 to 40 or so. And then between 9 and noon, you're generally 30 to 35 for those peak wind gusts this morning. So it's going to gradually diminish during the afternoon. By the time we get to evening, it really drops off, and then you get to barely nothing overnight. Okay, so we'll get to Saturday here in a minute, because we're going to ramp right back up again. As you can see in the images above me here, we are windy on Saturday, despite having partly cloudy skies. I want to go back to the NAM high-res future simulated radar here just to show. Actually, let me go back to the GFS first. GFS will show the system moving off to our north. And it's going to stay off to our north. It's going to have a cold front that is going to be associated with this area low pressure off to our north. So this cold front is just digging down like this. So it's going to swing through our area during the afternoon hours on Saturday. And when it does so, there could be a stray snow shower with that too. And not going to be a big deal, but there could be a snow shower in a few spots as this rotates through. And temperatures on Saturday, of course, are going to be a little bit on the colder side. Not expecting accumulations from that because it's above freezing, but we moved this to a precipitation type radar now and move this forward just to show you what Saturday does as we go through the afternoon. Here's that front. You can see that right here. A few snow showers with that, and when it gets through our area, there could just still be a snow shower associated with that in a few spots. Not a real big deal, but I just do want to mention that whenever you turn windy, you always have the opportunity for some snow showers when you have that wind coming off the northwest from the lakes there. And they could have a few snow showers later in the day on Saturday that are more lake effect enhanced, making it across far north central Pennsylvania. Okay, so that is Saturday. As far as the winds are concerned now for Saturday, so we move this forward. Again, it's going to be calm overnight on Friday nights, and we're not an issue there. We're going to start building a little bit here on Saturday morning, not tremendously, but enough. But here's 10 o'clock in the morning. You get some 15 to 25 stuff starting to get going here. But it's really the afternoon into early evening we start getting some wind gusts here in the 40 to 45 mile per hour range. Might even be slightly higher than that in isolated cases in a few spots. If you're going to see anything slightly higher, it's going to be generally in these areas right here, not the far northern areas this time. But you're still going to have wind gusts area-wide. They're going to be exceeding 40 miles per hour for a time for about a 4 to 6 hour period at any given location between about noon and 8 p.m. on Saturday. So this is just with that cold front moving through and the cold air advection, which is very impressive behind it. And then we're going to diminish the winds again gradually. It's not going to shut off immediately. We're going to have some winds continuing Later in the evening, they're still going to be 15 to 25, and then we won't drop off until we get well past midnight with those winds Saturday night. And we go back down to negligible winds here on Saturday night. And again, here on Sunday is not too bad either. So the pick of the weekend, as far as the better of the 2 days, is going to be Sunday, even though both days are going to be very similar in temperatures. Mostly sunny on Sunday with wind not really as much of a factor as it was on Saturday, or will be on Saturday. Okay, so now let's get beyond this here because we're going to see a warm-up again in the Monday through Wednesday time frame of next week. So we're going to have the temperatures come up here on Monday. Still expecting mostly sunny skies, however, and temperatures are going to make a run back into the 50s for most of us. So it's going to be a really nice day to be out, take a walk at lunch, that kind of thing. Great day again to do that with no real wind concerns on Monday either. So it's a great day to be outside to do anything you want to do outside. Walking, running, biking, whatever. As you get into Monday night, we're going to have an increase in clouds. There could be a shower very late at the night with this next system coming in. This looks awfully familiar to the one we're just dealing with right now, just not quite as strong. So we are going to have some showers with this time. I don't think it's going to be a tremendous amount of rain, just like this one is not that we had overnight last night into early this morning. But we will have this rain showers threat during the day here on Tuesday. Doesn't look like a big wind producer this time, but we'll continue to monitor that. And it is all rain from start to finish with very mild temperatures. And then the cold front's not going to move through here with this until later on Wednesday. So you're going to remain mild on Wednesday as well. Maybe a morning leftover shower and then partial clearing likely later in the day. Now when we get to Thursday is going to be a mostly cloudy day we're looking at in between systems. This next system here is outside of our 7-day forecast window currently. But it does have a wintry component to it. It looks like on most guidance. The extent of this is still unknown in the exact track. And it's going to depend on the high pressure off to the north and how strong it is, the position of it, that kind of thing, which dictates the exact track of this. We're going to have a little bit of a southeast ridge influence here, and this system here is going to kind of ride up and over the southeast ridge. Now, where that track is exactly is going to determine the precipitation types we're going to have. And this big high that's sitting off to the north, which is kind of like an elongated banana high, kind of sitting up here over the top. Wherever that is exactly is going to determine what kind of precipitation we get out of this. And it's a little bit too early to be discussing this from, finite how it's going to play out. But for just kind of a heads up purposes, because you're going to be hearing about this a lot, all three of the models, the major models, are showing this in some different manner. So you do have, it looks like maybe some snow to start. Then you might go over to sleet, some freezing rain for some areas, maybe rain further south. So it's going to depend on track of this. Looks like a big slop mess right now, as it looks right now. Could this trend a little bit colder and be a little bit more snow? Sure. Can it trend warmer and turn into a little bit more rain as opposed to less ice? Yes, that can happen too. This is just something we're going to be following throughout the week. Again, it's outside of our 7-day forecast window, so we'll start getting into this a little bit more in future videos. We'll do in the weekend video that is expected tomorrow, and again, of course, beginning on Monday early next week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for February 18th, 2022. Have a great Friday.